Welcome back to Kaiserreich Legacy of the Weltkrieg as the Commune of France. Last time we made some pretty good progress along the border with Canada, and now we're gonna be... Why is there a Confederacy flag for Canada? That's very strange. Okay, surprises aside, we're gonna activate the plan for Paul Le Gentilhomme over here, because I want him to be moving west as quickly as possible to reach the Canadian capital, or rather the new Canadian capital of Vancouver. Whereas in the south, we will be micromanaging our forces a little bit more, because I really don't want to be surprised over here in any way. I want to be micromanaging our guys so that they're working at maximum efficiency at all times. We're going to be trying to reduce the pocket as quickly as possible. So that the enemy does not have a chance to come in and actually relieve their men. We got in the 2nd Mountain Infantry. We can get Mechanized 1, which is what we're going to do actually now. We also have a pretty good force down here for all intents and purposes, and we're going to push over against these enemy motorized troops. Trying to reach right now Mobile. How do you even say that name? I don't know. Biloxi? I guess it's Biloxi, and then New Orleans. We're going to have one armored division pushing along the coast, and another armored group pushing along the interior. Like that. Then we're going to move on over like that and try to surround these enemy divisions. Right now we can also take out these guys. Hopefully we're going to be able to reach there first before the enemy. And there they are, surrounded. And these guys got redeployed over to Florida. Annoying. We can surround that one division, then take them out. These guys should hopefully get destroyed soon. And then I'm going to redeploy these men over to this other pocket. So we're going to try to take out the enemy in Florida first, I guess, since that's what the AI seems to want us to do. Make an offensive line right down to the south, to Miami. And over here, the things are going pretty well. The enemy divisions that's surrounded in the sort of northern tip of Michigan is being pinned and hopefully destroyed soon enough. Whereas our men in the north are also doing pretty well. We can move on over to Africa to check out what's actually going on. Let's hopefully see progress. Not much of it. But we can... Looks like our allies are making a good push, and the enemy has tried to make a push, but that's worked out against them. So we're going to be able to push back against them like that. Yeah, the AI does seem to have a very terrible tendency to be too aggressive, especially in these kind of stalemate grounds. They really like to push into impossible odds, which is not exactly good for its health, necessarily. We still have oil problems, but once we take the oil-rich South of America, we're going to have some pretty easy times with that. And then over here we can have one armored division move down onto the swamps. Yes, perfect armored terrain. Over here we can also take out these guys and move on like that over to the west. And then the next priority is going to be to take New Orleans, and that might actually just capitulate them. Can we take them out like that? Yeah. Good. So we can take out that division in that way. And also these guys are trying to retreat into the swamps, so that's going to make it very annoying to take them out, because that's going to give them a lot of defensive bonuses. Let's actually wait with these guys. There's really no point in wasting our men like that. We're going to trap the enemy army in another pocket over here. Good. And I believe that's the end of the Union State. I don't think that they can survive the taking of New Orleans, but we'll see. And over here, looks like Miami was not taken. Annoying. Looks like the AI decided to redeploy 7 divisions to deal with this very, very dangerous 24th Infantry Division. Thank God that the AI was very, very on the spot in redeploying, you know, basically half our army over against them. Very, very nice job, AI. No sarcasm at all in that statement. No. Seem to be still having a little bit of trouble in Africa, but a little bit less than before. We managed to make a little bit of a dent in the enemy defenses, which is obviously great. Grand Army or form. I'm gonna go for the Socialist Muslim Committee, just because it's gonna take only 35 days and it might help us in the war against Nationalist France. Looks like this push over here is gonna succeed. Just waiting here just that this guy does not go over and actually get into the province. And that's the end of the Union State. I believe I want to give the score over to the combined syndicates, because that is their land. And there it is. They took over all the states. Looks like the Union State still exists somehow. That's what you fucking get when you give it to the AI. That is absolutely what you get when you hand over things to the AI. I'm absolutely not certain why this thing exists, but we're just gonna... We have a truce with them, but somehow I can justify a war goal. We'll just justify a war goal and then take them out. And these guys, they can all be redeployed over to the Pacific State front. And actually, I don't like that front. Let's just do... Oh, that's Mexico. Let's just do this, so that we can take out California, which is obviously the core of the Pacific states. Like that. See if we can get Mexico in our alliance. No, because we have a war that may be drawn into and they're not aligned. And they have 20 base reluctance. They want to contain the aggression of the Pacific States of America. Let's improve their relations. Let's also improve speed because, well, we need it. We're going pretty well. We're doing pretty well, so having a little bit more speed is gonna help us get through this quicker. Let's check over in Africa. Still not exactly as quick as I would hope, but definitely not victoryless. Let's continue the advance like that. We might be able to surround this guy, the 1st Infantry Division, with light armor. And also, thanks to the help of our allies over here, we're going to be able to secure the bridgehead quite easily. That is, of course, if they leave us alone and let our tanks move through, but they're not doing that. Finally, we managed to secure that, and we're going to be able to take out this guy. Some more import problems from Mexico. Great. But now the Combined Syndicates actually has all the oil that we need, which is obviously great, and we do seem to have some manpower problems. Ew. Nobody likes manpower problems. For now, there isn't much that we can do about it. Really? We will have enough political power soon-ish. Oh, because we're improving relations. Let's actually stop that. Because we don't need the relations improved as much as we need, you know, manpower. And over here, it looks like the Pacific States are pretty weak in terms of military forces. So we can just move through the border. Partially because they've sent all that they have over to Canada. Or at least I think they did. Sacramento seems to be pretty open for the taking. I mean, pretty shitty job just leaving their capital like that. You know, another option I just noticed is I could have just annexed the Union State and then returned the territory to the, you know, CSA. But I didn't do that because I'm very smart. And I just let the AI handle things. And we all know how that turned out. Is Los Angeles really open? Not entirely, but mostly. Now it is open, for some reason. San Francisco is still under enemy control, so let's get a couple of guys working on that. And there goes the Pacific states. They have capitulated. So I think we can redeploy all these guys over to Vancouver. And their objective is just going to be to move on through. With maximum aggressiveness, and I'm just going to activate the plan because there are no enemy troops left. I believe that's the end of Canada as well. Okay, so there is an event from the Socialist Muslim Committee, Mirza Sultan Galiev, and the International Muslim Committee. We're in a state of war with several countries with a significant Muslim population. Our dream is to spread syndicalism to the Middle East. The local syndicalist and socialist parties don't have sufficient strength to achieve this goal. One of the most famous Muslim socialists and author of Islamic communism, Mirza Sultan Galiev, has declared his full willingness to help our cause. He has suggested in private conversations with several important officials that the newly defunct Muslim Committee of the International could be turned into a powerful propaganda tool aimed at Muslims in the whole world. While some politicians and Marxist theoreticians despise his Islamic communism, it could help us in the fight against the many reactionary powers in the Middle East. Welcome on board, comrade. And that's going to give a couple of events to people in general, especially the Ottoman Empire, it seems. That might improve our party popularity over here, but I'm not sure it will do much. Imperial Camel Regiment. I love that. Okay, so we still have a lot of work to do against nationalist France. Is that going to be enough? Yes. And then we can also make a push over here. Mechanized offensive is going to lead us over to Kampfgruppe. And now we can get some manpower. Finally, extensive conscription. It's going to be 1 million men ready to fight for the Commune. And then we can move on over with our national foci. Doesn't look like we have any more diplomatic ones because these ones aren't finished yet with the Second International Congress. We can go over to fortifying the German border. Again, we have a lot of time on preparing for the war with Germany. So we're going to, use that as much as possible. Oh, shit. I don't want to get myself surrounded. I really don't want that to happen. They're going to be pouring troops over as soon as possible. And actually, if they were to stop attacking me for once, I could get to Algiers, but they're not going to do that, which is very annoying. You can get some free civilian factories. We're trying to fortify the border with Germany, so we're going to do that some more. And we might be able to push through and rescue our men. Oh, come on. 13 days, less than a day. Come on. Yeah. Perfect. Managed to save our men from encirclement. The Australians seem to have come in and tried to set up shop, helping out the nationalist French. Which is definitely not something that I like. Annoying ass Australians being very, very, very much a thorn in the side. And the Canadians are still fighting, even after we've taken Vancouver. They're very close to capitulating, though. Come on, after we take Winnipeg, they should capitulate. They had a lot of national unity for certain. In the meantime, over here, we've reached basically the gates of Algiers. And we're going to push on over to try to capture the city. Unfortunately, it's going to be a hard fight because the enemy is going to be reinforcing it, and I've crashed. Rip. And I'm back. Unfortunately, I got a bit of a CTD, so I've had to go back to an autosave, which was, I don't know how long, definitely almost a month. Oh, I still haven't built the forts. So yeah, it was quite a bit back. It must have been near the end of the month that it crashed, which is obviously unfortunate, but oh well, such things do happen sometimes. No use crying over spilled crashes. And over here we're still trying to get... Okay, good. So we have a bit of a job to do over here. Should be fine. I'm just gonna leave the AI to do this time, because it's really not worth micromanaging. Yeah, should be able to handle it pretty safely just with the AI. And then I'm gonna move on over these forces to Washington, and we're gonna take out the American Union State in a couple months. Looks like 3 months. We're gonna be able to take them out finally, because they're very annoying. I dislike them. And then after that, the combined syndicates with their 30-man. Oh, John Reed died. With their 30-man or 30 division army, should be able to pretty easily defend their territory from any aggressors. And over here, we're just going to be avoiding that whole nonsense with the encirclement, of course. Alternate timelines, once again. Field Hospital 2. Yeah, that's been a while since we have taken that for ourselves. I'm not sure our Marines are going to be strong enough to push. Definitely not. So for now, we're going to be maintaining a defensive front over here. In fact, we could send this expeditionary army over and use that to our full advantage. Obviously, being a very, very powerful army, we don't even need to send everything. Especially, we can't send everything because of a very, very weak supply situation over here. That's kind of forcing us to use not a lot of forces. What we could do, that would be very, very dangerous, is just land over here and take Algiers with a naval invasion from the south. That's possible, especially using the mountain divisions. It would be possible. So let's get a naval invasion plan going from Marseille, and they're gonna land right behind the enemy. Get on it. Should be pretty easy to plan out because we have complete naval superiority. And there's another crash. Damn it. Well, it seems to always crash on the 30th of November, 1939. If you have been paying attention, you've seen that in the last 2 or 3 crashes, I don't know how many are recorded, but I've tried like 6 or 7 times to get through, but nothing. I am not sure what's causing this. There's a new version of Kaiserreich out. In fact, there's quite a few versions of Kaiserreich out. I'm still using the 0.1, which is the one that got out on release date for this Let's Play. Mostly just because I didn't want my saves to get corrupted, so I just downloaded off the workshop. Well, not off the workshop, so I downloaded the one that wasn't on the workshop. And I've been using that separately comparatively to the ones that I'm using in my private playthroughs, which are off the workshop, which shouldn't crash. I'm gonna try to see if I can somehow make the save work in the new version, but no guarantees. If you see no more videos from this, that's why. If obviously it stops working, then oh well, amen. We had a lot of fun with it, and I'm just gonna go play a new campaign with another country. So yeah, I'm gonna see you then.